strong thing for me here. So, but anybody have any other comments?
Yeah, the last comment I have is sometimes diversification is really needed, and I think it's not often talked about. We all travel, right? I met all of y'all in New Orleans, and I met Chad in Boston. But because we're all traveling and because we're all doing certain things, it may make sense to have these different relationships with some of these larger banks because they offer different transfer bonuses at different times. You'll be hard pressed, right? You go to transfer out, your life miles, from your American Express card, and you see that Citibank or one of these other banks has a 30%, 40% transfer bonus. You're going to be tight about that sometimes. So
I didn't think
keep
about
that in
that.
mind.
Yo, Key, that seriously, I didn't think about that. Because when you guys, when we talk about Chase, was the first thing that always pops in my head is United or Hyatt, right? Like right away. And then you don't think of anybody else that could transfer to some of the, the partners like that. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anybody else? Chad, Sledge?
You know what? I asked the question, but I never answered it. So since Chad split Wells and built into two different banks, I'm gonna take his road on that. So I have 14 men. Yeah, 14 different banks. I think about. I also deal with credit unions,
Right.
And I deal with some of the smaller banks, like you were talking about, because, like I say, at the end of the day, I just don't like having all my eggs in one basket. That's number one thing. And like Key was saying, you might have those transfer bonuses here and there, and if you don't have that relationship, you're missing out. And just having a relationship, you never know when that relationship might come in. You know what I mean? Like, you never know when a relationship with a certain bank or certain credit union might come in handy. So I try to keep a little bit of everything. I mean, I couldn't even tell you the amount of bank accounts I have because I just don't like keeping money in one area. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even. This might sound crazy. I don't even know how many bank accounts I have at this point right now.
God bless America, bro. That's
my money in one spot.
Nell, are you having trouble connecting the channel to it?
Yeah, it booted me out of here when I did, and every time I click on it, it
kick you out.
Yeah, it kicks me out. But it says it's already live, so I don't know if it's showing. I'm gonna see if it's showing on my channel.
Okay, cool. All right, so while you check that out, we have Joshua NG here, 2 lives within 24 hours. The grind is real. Yes, it is. 100. Highest credit limit on a single card is with a credit union. And Sledge, you just dropped that one with Navy Federal. Yo, bro, we're up to 80 people live already. This is fire for us tonight, guys. And we're only, 29 minutes in.
I got a question.
Yep.
A quick question. Sorry to cut you there, but he brings up a good thing. A lot of people focus on credit card limits, for the sake of utilization. Some people for the flex. So I'll just throw it to the group. What's everybody's highest limit? Not counting charge cards, of course, because we're not aware of our soft limits, but what's your highest limit? Like mine, I think mine is a Discover card that's like 26,000.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Now?
I'll wait the last.
Now?
My highest is 16.
Okay. Nell, it's on, by the way. It came up. You're good.
It's on? Okay, cool. All right, cool.
So 16,000 for Nell. Nell, on what card, puppy?
That's for my Discover It cashback.
Discover gang.
When I close my eyes and I think of Discover, they should put your face on the card now. I swear to God. They should have a Nell Discover card. Key.
Oh man, 42,000 is the highest on one card.
For the love of God. Wow. All right, Sledge says he wants to go last. All right. For me, it's one of my oldest cards, which would be JetBlue 35,000. And I've had that card since 2005. Yeah.
Nice.
And what JetBlue let you do, remember, I said this, guys, Barclays, because it's Barclays, they're the only card that I've seen so far that allows you to move personal credit lines to your business credit line. So I was able to move money from my JetBlue over to my Wyndham Business Earners. So that's pretty good if you're able to maneuver that money like that and move it around if you have a need for it.
Yeah.
So
You
All right.
can you can do the same thing with American Express. You can only go personal to business though. You can't go business
Right.
back to personal.
Okay.
So I can
Right.
drop a link for that though if we
That'll
need
be
that.
great. Absolutely, my love. All
I've
right,
done it.
Sledge, hit me with it. We're at 94 people, mi gente.
Let's
Damn.
go.
Yo, we're killing the game, kid. All right.
That's nice.
All right. Before I even say my limit, I'm gonna piggyback off what Key said. Yeah, you can move personal to business with American Express because I've only done one reallocation with American Express, and it was moving personal to business because I wanted more on my I wanted to get my blue business plus the 30K. So I moved some from my everyday. You know how you can get after 90 days or 91 days, whatever, you can get a credit limit increase, triple your credit limit with American Express. So what I did was I tripled my credit limit on my everyday card, and then I moved 20K over to my Blue Business Plus because it's only 10. So then they got it to 30. Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
All right.
like I was saying about the credit limit, the credit unions, and having a relationship with them. With Navy Federal, I have 2 cards. My Navy Federal flagship card I have $55,000 dollar credit limit on that card, and I've had it for 2 years. The thing is, because you could every 6 months you can get a $8,000 credit limit increase, and I moved $19,000 from a card that I canceled over there over to the flagship. So my more rewards, I got 25. Flagship, I got 55. So I maxed out at the 80K limit.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Yo, to Sledge.
Let me go get a drink. Let me go get a drink.
Pay off my mortgage, Sledge.
If you follow Navy Federal's rules in the path that they allow you, anybody could do it. In every, like, okay, you get your first credit limit increase in your third statement period. So it should be 91 days, but it has to be 3 statement periods. At that third statement period, you can request $8,000. They start you off with high limits anyway, right? For most people, if somebody with you guys' credit history and your credit report, they will start you off with a good credit limit. They started me off on the flagship at 20. They started me off on the more rewards at 25.
Yo, but I'm too old to get a Navy. I'm too old to enlist. I can't get in that. I can't get in that ecosystem.
In that credit union. But after that, every 6 months, and I mean 6 months on the dot, you can just request 8K and they give it to you.
Wow.
Mm.
That's gangster. God bless you, man. We
As
got
Louis
Michael Wong in the
Serrano
house,
said.
Yuri, YouTube Experiment, Jesse, Johnny Jimenez. How are you, puppy? D House, how you doing? Welcome. What's up? Now we have Yuri says his highest limit is 50K. All right, Tariq, 11.7. Thank you for sharing that. 30K for John. We got people throwing up numbers here. Personal or business, Papi, whatever, YouTube. Jesse, whatever works, Papa. Navy Federal, more rewards, 33. Nice. Damn. You got some Navy Federal love here, Sledge.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, shoot. Buck Stalks, 42K. Luis Serrano, how are you doing, Luis? Good to have you here, Papi. 60K for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Wait a minute. Michael Robbins, Bank of America for me, 99.5K. Michael, we're doing Christmas in your house, Michael.
Whippa.
Bro,
I feel like, yeah, that's crazy. I feel like we wouldn't be doing service though to talk about the level of personal finance skills that these folks must have to have these kind of credit limits. I don't want to just say what credit limits we have without giving the context that I think I speak for everybody here that we have really good credit habits, and over time these banks really start trusting you and just start giving you these limits over time. That does not mean we are being irresponsible and spending that full amount and never paying it back. So I just want to throw that out there, so we're really clear on that tonight.
All right. Thank you, Key. Welcome, Stephen Shelton. Juan Miaumix, how you doing? Papi, late is okay, Papa. You always make it through. We have a question from CJ Cruz. Hello from Puerto Rico. One question. I just got a retention offer, Amex Platinum, for $35K, $4,000 spend at the same time, a $20K and $2,000 for adding an AU. Can I combine the two offers, or do I need to spend $6K? Good question.
Yeah,
You gotta spend $6K.
Mhm.
Two different offers.
Honestly, if they're running in conjunction, I think you actually only need to spend the 4K.
Mhm.
4K,
As
but
long as
spend
they're
it on the
running in
authorized
conjunction.
user. Yeah, 4K.
Right, because the authorized user has to do the two, right?
Yeah,
Right.
so 4K,
Right.
but use it on the authorized user card for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So unless it's unless it's your kid that's the authorized user and you got to cover their bill, out of your pocket is 4K, 2K for the authorized user. CJ, great question though. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, thank you, Key, for writing in the information for the Express Amex personal limits to business. All right. Alexander Smith. Hey. Yo, there are some big limits, Alex. How are you? Spin Doctor, 75K for Sapphire Reserve. Nice.
Wow.
Double animal fries. Yo,
Wow.
these names are just out of I love it. Double animal fries. 50K. Wow. Yuri,
Is that
total
Shake
limit.
Shack? What's animal fries? What's
I don't know.
double? What's that?
In-N-Out Burger.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that was a Shake Shack joke. I don't know if that was an Amex joke.
Yeah.
Yuri has a total credit limit of 800,000 on all his cards. Wow. Wepa. Buck's thoughts. Salute. How you doing?
100.
See, everybody's throwing salutes now to Sledge. Why? That's why Sledge's opinion is more important than everyone else's. You
Absolutely.
got love here, Sledge. Look at that, Sledge. Sledge, you know what? You should give them a salute, shout out right there and a drink, bro. Because, let's do this.
Sure, man.
All right. Spin Doctor has a question. A few weeks ago, I got a message from my Venture X. Will you be spending the same amount on the card this year? I clicked yes, and it gave me an automatic $10,000 increase. Yo. Wepa, Spin Doctor. You got to be kidding me.
What's up?
Kudos to you.
Somebody else mentioned something similar. I don't know if it was Juan Garcia or somebody. I think it was Juan, that they sent him something. He goes, Joe, if you get an email about the spend on one of the cards, like, if you're going to use it this much or that much, I always go the high limit because you never want to cut yourself at the knees and tell them no, thinking that they're going to deny you in the future. No, they got to know the spend is coming. Right, guys?
I agree totally. Shoot for the stars.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. No, absolutely. Nell, what do you think, puppy?
Man, that's true, but I use credit cards for a totally different reason than a lot of other people. So, I get it.
Again,
I definitely get it.
The good Nell over here.
I mean, hey, anything else would make me a hypocrite. I can't be telling people about credit and things like that, and then.
But but that's what I love about you. You keep it real no matter what. We've always said that. It doesn't have to be the popular thing. It's the real thing. I want the real thing. I don't need the popular. We're good with that. So thank you, Nell. Guys, don't forget to check out everyone's channel. John dropped everyone's link for their channels in the chat. Hit the like and subscribe. We're banging on 100, guys. We need to just get over 100, and let's call it a day. All right, Miguel Santiago. Miguel's offering you his cousin, Sledge. I don't know. He said he has I don't know. Miguel, we just celebrated Wendy's birthday. Come on, Miguel. Don't be like that. All right. Let's do this. All right. Michael. Yo. All right. So let's do this. We had another question from that we were going to talk about, another topic. So we hit up Sledge. Who's next? Key, you want to go next or you want to pass it off to Chad?
I'm on my lifeline number 2. Strike 2 for me.
Yo,
I'll be ready though.
One more time, I'm gonna have to just, I don't know, guys, pull the plug on Key. Do we just cut her off right now?
Listen.
No,
I'm fostering a great conversation. I can tell you, I'm fostering a great conversation.
You know what, Key? I would never do that to you, Key, because your smile is infectious. Look at that smile. She got the greatest smile. I swear to God, she lit up Nola. I kid you not. All right, so who wants to take the next one, Nell or Chad?
Yeah, you want to go, Chad? Or
No, I'll defer. I just want to say to Key, welcome to the 1K club.
Yeah,
That's
congrats,
right.
Keith. Congrats on that.
Thank y'all. Thank you so much.
Salute, mama.
Thank you. Major shout out to all of y'all. Just being connected with everybody. It started in the Anthony Venture Discord and, eventually led us to New Orleans, and very happy to have you all and learning from everybody for real. On not only credit stuff, more personal finance stuff, and more just like legacy building stuff too. And I think that's hard to kind of convey on our YouTube channel specifically, but thank you. Chad, major respect. Being number one and then helping me out on getting over 1,000. Really
It was all you.
That
All
was
you.
fire.
You did the work. You did the work. It was all you.
For those of you that don't know, so you saw at the video at the beginning where we did Wepa, that night on that deck, Chad went around and was like, we got 6 more to go to get her 1,000, 5 more. And then he just went pop, 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 1K. And it was like, yes, it was a movie. It was it was a live 1,000 unboxing right there. So that was pure fire. Congratulations, Key. Well done, my love.
Well deserved.
Now let's move it to
Salute,
you,
Key.
kid. Let's get this.
Yeah, mine was in relation to like I get a lot of questions from time to time in regards to people being a little timid when it comes to, picking out credit cards that's right for them and that fit them. I think a lot of times people, they get on YouTube or they read Reddit forums and things like that, and they really take away what could become a card that works for them. Like if a card isn't popular, they don't want to touch it. And I just tell them like, hey, you got to go with what works for you. It could be a card that people don't necessarily like, or people, they talk down on it, but that card might work for you and work in your favor. So, I just try to encourage people to be more individual minded when it comes to these credit cards. You don't have to necessarily go after what's popular. It's a lot of credit cards, like a lot, and it's a lot of different banks. So you just got to go with what fits you and what's going to work best in your favor.
Now
what
would
some?
be okay, I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was giving you a break, Joe. What are some things, right, that people should maybe look out for if they don't know what to look for?
Well, when it comes to picking out a credit card, your lifestyle. Every we like to assume that everyone lives the same type of lifestyle, but some people don't. Some people are retired, some people are still working, some people are making over 100,000 a year. Some people have a salary between 40, 50,000 or whatever. So it all depends on where you're at in your life, what you do, whether you travel a lot, whether you're someone who drives a car or you don't drive a car, maybe you catch the bus. It depends on what you do, and getting a card that fits you the best way, and not just in the present, but think long term as well, in the future as well. Because a lot of times people, they just want to go after what they hear is popular. I went through this when I first started learning about credit cards years ago. And one of the things that I wish I really would have done back then is just look into some of those cards that maybe weren't as popular, or people were talking down on them and took advantage of them, because you never know. Maybe that's a card that'll give you a good credit limit, or you never know what'll happen. So it's good to just go on your own instinct sometimes.
Yo, that's guys out there, take note, because he's not lying. That is exactly how it should go down. We've all made mistakes in cards that we've opened. A lot of us open cards, to be fair, up here on this screen because we do it for our channels, right? We want to be able to show you how to use it, show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Do I need 26 cards? No. Does Sledge need his 38th or 39th or 40th card? Does Key need a Bible of cards? No, right? But we like to show people really that we use them and what they're intended for. So Nell, I appreciate you saying that, because a lot of times we get lulled into this, and sucked into the, oh my God, the commercial with Amex Platinum that you're in the Maldives somewhere or whatever, the Venture X, I went to go see Taylor Swift, whatever. But guess what? If you're not going to a concert, you're not going to the Maldives, you're not traveling, there's no reason for you to have lounge access and pay $700 for a card that you're never going to use. What's the point? There's no point to it. So, I appreciate that. Now, Kit Kat coming in hot with the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Guys, we are like at 96 right now. We got to get to 100 views live. That would be fire. So, Kit Kat, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Always here for us.
On that one?
I really appreciate this, man. Thank you, guys. See, Key is big time with the credit card knowledge. M2K in La Casa. What are your thoughts on the Aeroplan card? It gets 3 times for groceries. I don't have it. Any of you have it, guys?
Yeah. This
of
is a
course.
card that I don't have. So the Aeroplan card's from Chase. I don't have it. I don't have it.
Oh, I thought you said I have it. Yeah, I'm like, all right.
I don't have it yet. Wait, did I say yes?
Like, of course.
Yeah. M2K. I mean, I think you really have to make that choice for yourself. But Aeroplan, if you're traveling or you live at a United hub, that may make sense. It's hard for us to answer that question without knowing your situation. But if you live near a United hub, in my opinion, that might be a pretty good card if you're really interested in traveling. But we'd have to talk more, honestly.
I appreciate that. Anybody else on the thoughts have? No? Yes?
Nah.
No,
I don't have that
Kit
card.
Kat Kit Kat gave us a hit and then broke out. Kit Kat, thank you so much. Good looking out.
See you, Kit Kat.
Hey,
mean,
I want to go
just
back to
because-
Nell's. I want to go back to what Nell was talking about real quick.
Yep.
You know what? One point that we kind of skipped over what he was saying was the people have to do the research for themselves on these cards, right?
Yeah.
Like we can come up here and tell you about the cards we have, and personally looking at the people on this screen, we don't talk about things that we first of all that we don't have, and you don't see a lot of the best 5 cards for this or the top 5 cards of the year and the best card for you, because you know what, we don't know you, your personal situation, or your spending habits, right? So you can listen, you can get up here and listen to us and take our recommendation on things that work for us. And if you have a similar lifestyle to us, that's a whole nother story. If you have a similar lifestyle to Joe or Key or Neil or Chad or myself, and you see something that we're doing, you want to repeat that, there's no problem with that. But still, one thing that Neil always says at the beginning of his videos is for you to do the research yourself. And I'm paraphrasing, but a lot of these guys, because the credit card Skip Bayless, I gotta keep it 100. A lot of these guys, they making $20,000-$30,000 living at home with their parents, and they telling you how to travel on credit cards. you understand what I'm saying? They telling you which credit card to get that they've never even seen in person. So I just want everybody to take a step back and really think about the people that they listening to, and at the same time, even if you believe that person 100% fully, still do your own research before you get into this, because at the end of the day, the credit card game could be the debt game, and from one day to another. You know what I'm saying? So
100.
Put that out there.
100. Nell's videos, I love the beginning because he comes out straight, does not a crack in the smile. He's just like, I have 2 rules here at Water Your Soil. and I listened to those rules because one of the reasons why I got the Discover card was because of you. I was like, why the hell do I need a Discover card? Why? Right? And then I'm like, that was my only cashback card. No, I'm not kidding. That and it's been fire. Like seriously.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the honor. We hit 100, mi gente. 100 likes right now. Guys, there should be 100 likes.
Appreciate
I'm not
y'all.
looking at the likes, but let's look at this and hit that button hard, mi gente. All right? But now, again, this is what I love about this crew here. We all have a lot of likes, but we also have a lot of things that are different.
Yeah,
and it's because of our background, where we are, where we live, how old we are, what stage in our life we are, things like that. So everybody on this chat and everybody watching live now is getting real hands-on, different levels of people's experiences and different ages, which I think is fantastic. So this is fire. I appreciate this. Now, Kevin had a question. What does everybody think about the Amex Everyday Preferred $95 annual fee?
That's a great card.
I think it's worth it.
Great card, even with the $95 annual fee, but it still depends on if that card works for you.
Now, the difference between that one and the one with no fee is what? Just the multipliers, right? Basically.
Yeah, it's less
Pretty
multipliers
much.
with a no annual fee, and the kicker when you do the 30 transactions in a month is lower. But I have a controversial take on that. I think the Amex Preferred, the Amex Everyday Preferred, I think it's a great starter card. I
Yeah,
think more
for sure.
people should start with that card, to be honest with you. Now, I'm going to get beat up because I'm suggesting the annual fee card as a first card, but it is a great way, especially for you, A, to get comfortable with credit, to hit that 30 transactions. B, it has multipliers, including gas and grocery, that most people use. Those are two of the highest use categories. It's $95 and it gets you entree into the Amex travel ecosystem. So you get access to the biggest pool of travel partners in the game. And look, if you get that card in the first year and you don't use, I think it may have a credit for like Disney or something if I recall correctly.
80,
But you also get
$84.
access to Amex offers as well. Amex offers are an unsung hero in the credit card game. Amex offers are big time money saving opportunities depending on who you shop with. So I think it's a great way to start. And if you feel like giving up that $95 in that first year was too much for you, now you know where you stand in the credit card game. Because there's nothing wrong with sticking with no annual fee cards. No annual fee cards have been increasing in quality like crazy over the last 3 years. And I don't think no annual fee cards get that credit that they ought to. There are some great no annual fee cards out there. You don't have to have the platinum card like me. You don't have to have the gold card like Key. You don't have to have the business gold, the business platinum. You don't need all of that. You don't. And you can still have a very healthy credit profile and enjoy a lot of the benefits like I myself enjoy. So that's just my take on it.
I appreciate that. John, I appreciate the $2 super chat. It's like watching the Jedi Council. My son John. Nell, if you didn't know, I had John later on in life. So John is my son. John, thank you so much. And then the man again, he was here last night, and if I'm not mistaken, Saigon. Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. Joe, good looking out. Thank you. You guys, we appreciate this. We really do. You know, you guys are just amazing. So thank you so much for that. Joe, God bless you, man. Thank you.
I want to say something real quick, Joe.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's in regard to that John's comment, the Jedi Council. You know, I do YouTube. You know, that's obvious. I'm a content creator, but everyone on this screen, I get something from. Sledge, I trust Sledge's opinion when it comes to credit cards, especially the amount of credit cards that he has and Navy Federal. I can't touch Navy Federal, but whenever I come across someone that got questions about Navy Federal, I'll refer them to Sledge. And then Key, she has over 50 cards, so I could trust her opinion. And Chad, like I always say, Chad is like he's the OG around here. So I definitely trust Chad's opinion and his perspective. And that's what I like about this space as far as credit card YouTube is everyone can learn something different. Like everyone on here has more cards than I have, but I still learn, you know, from them. And I think that's important because sometimes I come across channels or whatever, and it's like the end all be all, but you have to be always willing to be open-minded and to learn, and especially learn from someone who has more than you, especially when it comes to these cards. So these people that you see on the screen, these are my teachers too, you know, and I just wanted to say that.
I appreciate that, Puppy. Honestly, you guys have a comment about what he just said?
I do.
Go ahead, Puppy.
I feel the same exact way though. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if when you stop learning about something, man, you go get left in the dust. You know what I'm saying? And I don't learn from people other than the people that I respect. and everybody on the screen, I respect them. You know what I'm saying? So, and people have seen us up here with different combinations of people, and every single time we do one of these things, I think I'll speak for everybody, is people that we all respect, and we not only respect them, we respect their opinion when it comes to finance and a credit card game, and everybody brings a different level and a different expertise to it, so we can all learn from each other.
I agree.
Absolutely. I echo the sentiment.
You know, I'll give you an example. I canceled my gold plan for Robinhood because I wasn't into I didn't know about investing, none of that, right? Chad, on the other hand, that's him. And he explained to me how he benefits from that card. And I realized I made the mistake in signing on because it was a shining gold card, right? And I was paying the $5 a month. And I was like, all right, why am I paying these $5 for something I know I'm not going to use? And it took him to explain it to me and break it down. So again, like I just told you with the Discover card, right? With Sledge and the green card, I'm telling you right now, and God knows with Key, when she travels the globe and her multi-cards,
For
all of
sure.
you guys have shown me something and taught me something that I then take in. And when I do a video or I use a card or I'm planning the next card, I think about what everybody else said here before I go out and do it. So I appreciate the words now. I really do. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Yeah, most definitely.
So here we have James Hollingsworth, the Working People's Podcast. I love that title. Early on, I opened up some cards before I knew I was doing things because friends told me. I opened up some trash cards like Credit One.
Oh,
And then I had the Capital One Premier straight trash. Yo, Sledge, is he related to you, Sledge, with trash? What the heck? What's going on here?
Hey, they know when it's trash and when it ain't.
And you got Vincent here. He had a Capital One Saver One 3 times on groceries, use a Venture Family Card, and transfer to Aeroplan. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yo, fun fact, when DJ Khaled says major key alert, he's talking about key on her 100 card. Yo, I love it. I love it. I love
Tariq, I love it. Thank you.
DJ Bruce Wayne, stop requesting credit limit increases unnecessarily often. You don't want a bank to start looking at you as a risk. Yo, that makes sense because some people just want to say, oh, I got this, I got that. But then really, what, I don't understand. I would never put myself in that, Can
we go back to that one? Is there possible to go back?
Yeah, baby.
If you show them and provide appropriate spending, then I understand. I think that's what we're talking about, Bruce Wayne. That last sentence there, if you show them you can provide appropriate spending, then I understand. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about using these cards irresponsibly. That's why I think we always have to keep saying that, just in the event that someone's new to our channels or new to, popping on here for a couple minutes. Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's anything wrong with requesting a credit limit increase at all. As long as you are staying organized and paying your bills in full, not giving away interest money, there's nothing wrong with requesting a limit increase, in my opinion. But again, we all have different opinions, and that's why I love this.
Yep. And along those lines, right now, travel blogger Buzz, he was here last night. Thank you for coming back. We are all different with different backgrounds and goals. Don't fall for how others burn their miles and points. You earned them, you burned them. That's it. I'm at nearly 1.5 million burned year to date. Yo,
Nice.
bro, that's fire.
Good stuff.
And travel blogger, I asked you yesterday, leave your information here, Pa. If you do, newsletters, whatever it is, we all like to read and learn and pick up from everybody else. Don't ever, anybody listening here, if you got information, if you want to share, if you want to, Joe, just don't even think twice. Put it down. That'd be great. You kidding me? Thank you so much for that. IB Blunted, still, I think one of the funniest names and greatest names ever. Just secured the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited for that 900 bonus. Wepa. That's
Nice.
fire. That's a great pickup right there. That's a great pickup. M2K is 2 hours from SFO. Pure facts. Look at that. Sled, DJ Bruce Wayne. You see? There you go. All right, all right. Nell has a poker face in the beginning of his video. Don't piss Nell off now. Life Miles does have great sweet spots. That's right, Key. And I got to learn how to do this stuff internationally. Before I fly next time, you guys are all going to get a call because I don't know how to do this. Yuri says he likes the Aeroplan card that gives you 10% bonus when transferring $50K from Chase. Also gives free bags in US and Canada and preferred pricing. That works. Update on Kevin. Oh, okay. Upvote on Kevin. Question for AX. Okay.
I think we answered that one.
Yeah,
that
we
was
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a journey, incomes, points, and view mature. There you go. When you have a level head approach, the first realistic usage and expectations are key to see what card works for you. Absolutely. And then we have M2K riding the ink train. A lot of people are riding the ink train. I like that. All right. And that's the problem. Okay. With one card, 30 transactions kind of reminds me of Built. I have a hard time spending 5 on one card. How
Here
much
we
is
go.
30? That's the
Here we go again.
You know,
I like this discussion.
That's my opinion. And Sledge, what's my opinion, Sledge? What is that, Sledge? Can you remind Key? Can you remind Key, Sledge? Don't be quiet now, Sledge. Just because she's beautiful and has that smile, come on.
Now, you know, as far as the 30 transactions, I think because we're looking at it from our perspective, right?
Right.
We're not looking at it from the average person who probably has 1 or 2 cards. So doing 30 transactions probably not that hard. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For the average person.
I can't see myself like remembering it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm 57.
No, listen. If you had 2 credit cards, you wouldn't have to remember it. Those are the only 2 cards you use.
Well, that's true. But when you have 26, I'm gonna be like, I used it 28 times. Now what?
It's
you know,
not for somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not for somebody like that. And that's why what does Neil say? What does Neil like to say? Every situation is a case by case.
Yep. And that's the reason I say it's a great starter card for people beginning to get you acclimated, because really not using the card 30 times in a month, and that's only once a day. You would be shocked how many times you slide a card every day.
Sure.
And don't have kids and tell me you don't slide a card. I don't care if it's debit, credit. You are tapping, sliding. You are doing some sort of electronic payment multiple times a day. 30 transactions is really not terribly difficult if you got one card. You know what I mean? You got to get gas.
Yep.
You got to eat.
No, it's true. You know, before we go on, look, I was right. Joe is in Saigon. Good morning from Saigon. Tell me we don't feel the love from Saigon. How fly is this that we're able to pull this off?
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was here yesterday as well. That's straight up. He said actually yesterday was the best morning television. Maybe we should go into business and do morning television for Saigon. You know, thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate that. Vincent saying you can downgrade from the everyday preferred. Lewis, so they're talking about AAA cards not getting love. And Lewis is saying they asked him to email his social security and bills for verification. That's
now here's the thing with the AAA card. The AAA card is actually a decent card. I looked at it. I've looked it up. I do not have it. But it's actually a decent card. But like Built, a lot of people think you have to be a AAA member in order to get it, and you don't. A lot of people think that you have to be a Built card holder to grab Built points. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
You don't. You know, and if you'll excuse me for making this segue, it's like, you know, there's a lot of nuance in credit cards, right? Because everybody knows the big ones: Amex Platinum, Amex Gold, Amex Green, Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Freedom Unlimited. Like, we've all heard of those. So you get this little bubble where everybody's like, oh, well, it has to be repetitive because there's only so many cards. But like I said in the beginning, it's not what you got, it's how you use it. You see what I'm saying? There are only 6 bills, 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. But how do people use their money differently from you? You get what I'm saying? So
I misunderstood for a second. My mind went south, and so did Key. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. I've used that line several times in my life, but
I was gonna let it go, but here we are.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight.
Pray for me.
Oh,
right now, Terry's upstairs going, he's right, he used it on me.
Hey, Joe, you got brothers in here, man, so we don't know nothing about
No, but
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna give you that one right there. Fuck. There you go, bro.
He has exited the chat.
Yeah. He's like, damn, there's a lot of testosterone here. I'm out. Yo, Michael's giving a big shout out to Chad. You got those stars and bars when it comes to those credit cards, and your content is priceless. Look at that. All right, Chad, you got love from Michael. Woodsy's in the building. Woodsy, how you doing?
dog.
Gunna Diver winning together as we learn from each other. That's the way it should be. It's sad that not many people believe it or do it, but thank God we're doing it here, right? So I'll take it. USB Smartly looks interesting. We spoke about this yesterday. My take was that it's kind of taking a page out of Bank of America's playbook, where the more money you have in their accounts, the better the multipliers for you to get to the 4 times for everything. But that's 100 G's for you to get 4 times. That's a lot of work. I don't know. What do you guys think?
With U.S. Bank, I think their footprint needs to be nationally bigger in order for them to really put that forward. Now, the difference between them and Bank of America is that I'm here in South Florida in Port St. Lucie. I can count at least 3 Bank of Americas I could go to. You know what I mean? And then if I go to Glendale, Louisiana, I can find a Bank of America. I can go to Presque Isle, Maine, and find a Bank of America. I can go to Pocatello, Idaho. These are places that are actual real places in existence that I know I can find a Bank of America, or at least if I say Bank of America, one is within reasonable distance. And, you know, and like Yuri's saying, they may be the 5th biggest bank. A lot of times banks are measured under a metric called assets under management that doesn't really translate to how many actual locations that they have. So for US Bank, I think doing that, I understand what it is that they're trying to go for. But I think for broader appeal, while the model is good with their test cases, I don't think it was the smartest idea. But that's just me.
I agree with you. There's no U.S. Bank where I live here, and I'm in the Northeastern Jersey, in the richest county in Jersey. You know what U.S. Bank has? I swear to God, and that's why I haven't gone. It's an office in an office building that outside says U.S. Bank. That's the only thing that you could tell that they're there. There's no real bank to go into. It's just an office. So, you know, I appreciate that, Chad. Thank you.
Chad, I definitely appreciate it. And this is what I'm saying. We're different, right? Does it really matter if there's a branch, a physical branch? Me personally, I think I'm youngest one on here.
Rub it in.
I'm not going into a branch. So like, I don't want to talk to a human.
and I get that, but like people who are my age and maybe a little, you know, older, like some others on this feed, tend to want to have that. Like a lot of people, if they don't have a branch, they're not going to open an account there. You know what I mean? They tend to shy away from opening accounts with places that they can't go and get guaranteed human contact. I'm just speaking about the aggregate, not in our specific situation, because you know, you make it good enough. I mean, I'll do the bank of poppy seed out of Bootlick, Arkansas, if they give me a good enough deal. You know what I'm saying? I'll flex the right there with you. But most people, like I come from an immigrant family. My mother, she's not doing that. She knows Citizen, she knows HSBC, and what New York City retirement system, nicer. She's retired from transit. Yeah. So she knows Nicers, Citizens, HSBC. That's it. We have none of those, and those are the only banks that she banks with. Still, she lives here, and that's just out of habit. But if I had her create another account, I guarantee she's going into a branch. And these are people with retirements who have real money that the banks are after. But I get what you're saying. But yeah, on the younger side, of course.
That's a great point. I want to thank Louis Serrano. Louis just used the links that John put up, and now he just subscribed to you.
I appreciate it, Louis.
Sharing the love. I love
appreciate
that.
it.
See, this is awesome. You know, Yuri saying, by the way, Chase Sapphire Preferred works for groceries with Walmart Pay or Kroger Pay if you're ordering online. Woodsy, anyone stayed at the DC Conrad looking to spend a week there or the Grand Hyatt? Did you guys, any of you stay at the Conrad?
In
Only in
I
DC.
Fort
stayed at
Lauderdale.
the Fort over there, but never the Conrad.
No, I stay at the
No.
Kimpton, and I love it. Secret passcode, baby.
In DC?
In DC, yeah.
Oh, that's it's okay. And what about NOLA? Because we never found out.
Okay. Yeah, it don't matter.
You see?
My mic's not working.
We were coming in. Like, you know that. You ain't getting off that easy, baby. You ain't getting off that easy. See?
That was
Um,
Joe.
You like that, right? Yo,
That was so smooth, though.
like that, right? Yo, I'm
But
telling
no,
you.
okay, that's kind of an inside thing. So let me just say, I wasn't telling anybody where I was staying. I don't know. Listen, I'm a girl. I travel by myself all the time, and I guess I'm just so used to not saying where I'm staying. I wasn't trying to throw any shade at y'all for real. I was just a built-in safety thing in my head. So no shade, no shade.
My love, you listen. It's just honestly, and everyone that went on the trip says it. Not just the creators, but the people that went to see us. It was everybody worried about everybody else. Everybody cared about everybody else. Everybody was protective of everybody else. That was just straight up, right? And I love seeing that. Like, to me, that was like old school leave no man behind deal. So, but we were still texting you. We're like, yo, text me. And you did 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, for real,
Like,
for real.
he's like, I just creep back to my room, Joe. I'm half asleep, but And then Lalit was still in the casino, right? Lalit went home, changed, and went back. That's what it was.
Don't throw shade at my guy, Lalit.
No, I love him. I
Real
love him.
man out
DJ
there.
Bruce
Real
Wayne.
OG.
Thank you, Papi. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate the honesty. This is why I follow and watch. Learned a lot. Absolutely. All right. Now, CJ Cruz, great question. Pick one airline and one hotel credit card. Key, out of your 1,000 cards and 17 airlines, which one would you pick?
Man.
You ain't getting a pass. You ain't getting a pass on this. No,
I'm using up my pass because I don't strike out now. Y'all know I play college football.
You shoot your shot.
I wish I could shoot a basketball. I know your basketball can't say that's
did.
not for me. That's not for me. Okay. If I was to pick one airline, it's Delta, third most traveled airline out of my airport in Rhode Island. And I get upgraded all the time just for holding the card. Hotel, I have to go with IHG. I hold a card that's no longer
snap.
Yeah, it's no longer able to be signed up for, but it's $49 to hold on for the year. Every single year I get a hotel certificate. $49. Come on, what hotel room is not greater than $49? So
damn, that's fire. Way to go. Chad, Papi, what do you say?
Man, I think, and I think Sledge might echo this sentiment because we have a lot of similar ideas. My Delta, it would be the Delta Platinum Sky Miles card. I feel like that is just the best one, covers as many categories as it can. Great earner, and with the new refresh with the credits and the 2,500 MQD boost, hands down, that will be my airline card.
Is that the personal or business, Chad?
Either one. It doesn't matter.
Are they almost the same? I was trying because I'm trying to pick one up.
No, they're not. Okay. I don't remember off the top of my head. I've had the personal. My wife still has the personal, and we love it. And my hotel card, without a doubt, the Hilton Aspire, hands down.
Wow. Okay. Nell.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the Delta Platinum. I had that one, but I have it for business. They just gave me my companion pass for the new companion pass for like the Caribbean and things like that. So that's a good benefit right there. So definitely Delta. That's my main airline that I fly with. And also, I haven't signed up for the Aspire yet, but as Sledge and Cesar Joel, that's the one that I'm gonna sign up for. So I will have to pick that one, the Hilton Aspire, but definitely the Delta Platinum because I've been getting a lot out of that one.
All right. Thank you, Nell. Sledge.
You already know the hotel card gonna be Hilton. It's the Hilton Aspire. Like no other hotel card gives you top status. Like no other hotel card. So
Wyndham Business Earner.
What did that?
I was gonna say that.
The Wyndham Business Earner also gives you top status.
You talking about
Everybody-
Wyndham though? We talking about Hilton.
Everybody can get down with Barclays King.
No, we talking about
Listen,
Wilton.
don't hate because you
Wyndham.
can't get it. I'm just saying. You said ain't no other car giving top status out here.
I don't count Wyndham though.
Parlayed that
Okay,
thing into
I know.
about 12 more statuses.
Wow.
I can't count Wyndham. I lost y'all. And then for the airline card, it gotta be Delta Platinum card.
Wow.
I just picked up the AA executive card, so I haven't had enough time with it. But it has to be the Delta Platinum. I mean, it's even like the mid-tier card, but you can still get upgrades and you get a companion certificate, man. It's hard to beat that.
So I like the way you put it, that you didn't use it yet. So for me, it's the United cards, because it's where I live in Newark. United is the hub. So I have the personal and the business card. So I get 4 passes for the lounges every year just by having the cards. I've been upgraded. So for me, the airline is that. For hotel, it's a little bit more convoluted. So I don't have the Hilton Aspire, but the Surpass has been amazing. I went from the regular Hilton card to the Surpass, and just getting the every 3 months, their $50 hotel gift card that you can get online, that pays the card off, and you're still ahead $50. And you get instant gold status, even though I already had that with the platinum. But Hyatt treated me well in New Orleans. I have 5 days at Hyatt, and it treated me well. I don't use the card for anything. I'm going to be straight up with you. I used it to get the points at the beginning. The card sits there. But other than that, that's about it. But I want to get the Aspire. But then that's another 550 clubbings to my head that I don't know if I can pull that off.
Joe, let me tell you something right now. I will gladly pay that money. Did you see the room I had in NOLA? Courtesy of
You mean the one that I needed a map to get through?
Courtesy of the Aspire. They can shut up and take my money. All day, every day, period.
Did you share with the people here? Do you mind if I share with them how I saw the room before your wife, and you offered me to snuggle before she came? Were we going to share that story?
Well, I think you just shared that.
I'm sorry. No, guys, that was, I can't even tell you, the square footage was bigger than my house. I'm not exaggerating.
Sick.
It was next level ridiculous. It just was. So, okay, fair enough. You know what? I'm going to give you that one. 550 bet. All right. That's my next one. All right.
Since we're talking about airlines, I think Woodsy had asked a question earlier in the chat. I'm scared to touch my computer or else my camera might go off. But he was saying that he lives out of a Delta hub, right? And he doesn't really like the Delta program, and he wanted to know what other carriers he should try. I would highly suggest American or the One World program. Their alliance is huge, and in addition to that, they have some premier members. So if you want to start building status, in addition to that, American Airlines are, from the credit card perspective, notoriously difficult to get. So that might be a great jumping off point for you. And Charlotte is very close because and this is my travel hat that I'm putting on. A lot of these airlines operate on what's called a hub and spoke model. So you can actually end up connecting through a lot of things out of Charlotte and Dallas, as they are both reasonably close to you, and jump using One World Alliance. So I would highly suggest that for you. I meant to address that earlier, but I'm sorry. I just didn't want to let that go past.
Dude, that's fire. I didn't even know that was a thing. So thank you. I appreciate that. Xavier, I appreciate another one. Mr. 1099 himself. Xavier, thank you so much for the super chat. And we have Bruce Wayne, Joe, John, Kid Kat, Bobby Yakuzo signed up as a member again. So we want to thank you guys for that.
Rod in the chat.
Yeah, Rod's in the chat.
Rod's in? Okay.
While you're bringing in Rod, just tagging on to what Chad said there, even more high level than that, it's hard to give this prescripted advice. So every airline, or excuse me, every airport in the world has a Wikipedia page. Go to that page and check out the top 3 or 4 most flown airlines out of your home location. From that should kind of give you an idea of what the card you should be looking for, or a transferable card. That's it. Like it's so hard, and I don't know, maybe I'm getting grumpy. I don't know if I'm the new Skip or what, but
I love it.
yeah, just do the research yourself. Go to your home
love it.
airport, Wikipedia, and look yourself, and that's how you get what card you should get.
You see that right there? That's the different perspectives. You see. I would have never told nobody to do that because I would have never thought in those perspectives. But that's the beauty of the 6 people we got on screen. I love that. Yeah, look it up, Wikipedia.
If it ain't no lounge inside of that airport, I ain't getting that card.
Airport,
I am not getting that card.
Well, I want to welcome to the panel the man himself, Rod from Points Blank Travel. Welcome, Papa. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. I just recently finished an interview a few minutes ago, and I was like, man, I got to get over to the community, man. I got to get to the community. I want to be over there. They talking my language over there, and so it's good to see everybody, and y'all just inspire me, man. Y'all inspire me, so I'm doing good, man. And wepa!
No! That came out of nowhere. I didn't even ask for that. No,
practicing, Joe. I've been practicing.
It gave me the feels. I don't know. You know what? You know what, Rod? Because of you, and before, okay, Justin Jammer, thank you so much again. Thank you, Papi. I appreciate another epic episode.
Justin.
That's the love right there. Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much. So here's the thing, Rod. Before, and John, if you're out there still, John, can you put Rod's channel up as well? I'm gonna ask, because this is what I do. We've all done it. Chad, according to my sister, you did the most epic one at Wendy's dinner. Just saying. We're gonna go around the horn, and I need a wepa.
Oh man, I hate I did that now. I hate I did.
Rod is playing Key's game. He's gonna pass it. All right.
I've already done mine, Joe.
Fair enough, Rod. So you know what? I'm gonna let ladies first. You ain't passing on this one. Let's go, Key.
All right. Wepa.
All right, yo, I like that. You know what? We even lost out the mic a little bit there, but that was good. That was good. So
Yeah,
who should go next, Sledge? I'm gonna let you pick next, Sledge. Who do you want?
I'm picking Neil.
I knew it.
Hilarious, man.
Go ahead now.
All right. Wepa.
All right, yo. You know what now? And Nell has that deep voice. I love that.
Yeah, I ain't got the vocals like
but Chad's
that.
giving you. Chad, what would you put on a 1 to 10 on a 0 to 10 scale, Chad?
Hey,
Chad?
I got my allergies acting up. So
Nah, you ain't gonna tell me Buffalo Bills fan and tell me nothing about that. You getting a 1.2 for that, just for that excuse. Because I know when you go to the Bills game, I know it's I know you're ready.
1.2. Wait, but Sledge, who did you give the worst score ever to, Sledge?
0.65, Calvin.
Calvin. Poor Calvin. Go ahead, Sledge. You up next,
bad, bro.
You up next, Sledge, and you've done epic ones. Come on.
I'm next.
You're next.
All right, hold on. Yeah, my wife is gonna kill me because she's downstairs.
Wendy loves me.
Hold on, yo.
Oh, he's taking off the mic.
Nah.
Let me keep my feet up, get comfortable.
Yo, you got to be Puerto Rican, bro.
That's hilarious.
Which puts all the pressure on Chad right now.
Well, all right.
Challenge accepted.
And I got to get into character. And I have to say, evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I present to you Way.
He went mute.
It's a Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, man.
When you find out we can't hear him.
All right.
Ah,
Wow.
Oh wow.
Chad, I hate to tell you, we couldn't hear you, man.
Oh man.
Chad, I hate to tell you, man, but your mic went mute.
what?
Yep, it went mute.
It did?
Yep.
Yeah, for real.
But you know what? You know what? We can't take points away from you because we know you were still doing it because it caught in at the end. So I'm gonna give you that one. Key,
Is
we
it
all want to
still
know who's
muted?
in your house that you keep looking off to the side. Key, is there like a stranger in your house that you just? Is there?
Such a good question. I was messing around with the lights. I don't know if you guys see the light keep changing color behind me. I'm messing around with all the lights.
It looks cool though.
Okay.
It looks cool. Chad, I want to
No.
thank you for that, Chad. Nell, I thank you. Rod, you came in hot on your own, so I'm gonna give you extra points for that one, Rod. So I'm gonna have to just do one. All right,
I'm
ready?
sorry.
Unless you want to do it again, Key.
No. Go ahead. I need to hear it. I'm getting ready.
I don't think Rod has ever heard me do it live.
Oh, yeah, I have. Oh, that's
Oh, you
how I
have?
knew about it.
All right,
Ready.
ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo!
I think you won. Joe.
Yeah,
I've
no
been doing
mute
this
for
for
you.
months. I should win.
Hilarious.
Yo, I want to thank you guys for always just letting me be this fool doing this. Honestly, I swear to God. Like to have even Stan the credit frog do it, to have people just come out of nowhere, Chase. You know, it's. I love you guys for that, and I thank you for just taking me and my nonsense. So thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Travel blogger says, getting back to business here. When he went into bank branches, when he used to deposit boxes of dollar coins. Those are the days.
Wow, throwback.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, Rain said you took her breath away.
Ooh. And coming from Rain, I'm like, oh, like I'm just gassed right now. Thank you, Rain. Thank you, Rain. I
Matter of
love
fact,
to did you.
I gotta go
Love
check
to did
that.
you, Rain. Mark wants to know, do we think Chase will add a grocery category on a
No.
refresh? I don't think they need to. What do you guys think?
I'm hoping they do,
They
but I
know.
don't.
They
I don't
should.
think they will.
They should.
They've been too successful without it. I mean,
Right.
I don't think they will, and I hope they do. They need to, but
Mm,
All right.
Because
I don't think
everybody
they.
loves Chase and pushes Chase for, so they can get those referral links, and they the #1 bank in the world, and I mean in America and all that. Why would they change? They have no reason. We don't put no pressure on them to change. The thing
That's
is,
true.
there's only change if we put pressure on them to change. There's no pressure on them to do it. So why would they keep offering them beautiful sign-up bonuses on the reserve and the preferred? And you know what I'm saying? We go just keep letting it go. Man, imagine if the American Express Platinum card had a $60,000 sign-up on it. People would lose their freaking minds about it, right? But we don't put no pressure on Chase at all. Like they don't put no pressure on Chase, bro. And so why would they change?
You're so
Because
right.
people are so busy trying to get a Chase card.
Right, exactly.
Franklin Jones, my man, Water Your Soul is live. Water Your Soil is live. Franklin
Shout
Jones
out to
is here.
Franklin.
Yo, Franklin, welcome, Papa. Welcome.
Shout out Franklin.
See, this is cool that everybody's here, able to see everybody else's channel. Thank you so much. You know, John says Chase has no reason to make any changes. Yep, that's what a lot of people are saying. Delta and Hilton for me, Michael Robbins says, going back to the which credit cards they would have, airline and hotel. Look at this. Wow, looking good, everyone. It's nice to see the community chilling, having some fun, shooting the answer on YT. Absolutely clairvoyant. Good to be here. Thank you so much. Travel blogger Buzz says, number one airline, none. Free agent, baby.
I ain't mad.
No, used to be beloved Northwest World Perks, Platinum Elite for years. Then Delta bought them, and everyone went to you know what. Cesar Joel is in la casa. Cesar, how you doing, Papi? We were talking about you,
Shout
Papa.
out, Cesar.
How you doing? All right, so his travel says his number one was Hyatt, but Hilton is coming up. AA Executive, which is what Sled just got, and Aspire, same thing. Aspire, as I knew, for the win. Absolutely. Says that I didn't expect anything else. Vincent says United Club and Ritz-Carlton. And then he sticks with Chase and Amex points earning cards. Okay. Delta Platt and Hilton Surpass. And here's one for you, Key. Number one hotel card is the Wyndham Rewards Earners Business. Diamond status with Caesars. And airline don't have yet, leaning towards business gold. All right. Tech Yoda Ernest, how you doing? Wepa Papa, hola hermano, how you doing? Good to you to be here. I appreciate it. Barclays is holding that Wyndham card hostage. Somebody else said yesterday they were denied from Wyndham and from Barclays, and it is a tough card. I've said that. It took me 3 months to get the card. Like they were asking for like DNA, ancestry, 1, 2, 3, all the other stuff. It was crazy. I don't know why, but nothing comes close to the Aspire. United Club is not bad, and you could pay annual fee with 30K miles. That's true. Hilton Aspire, no one comes close. No comparison. Here's one. What's your thoughts on the Choice Privileges Select card? Oh, a Key. You're the only that Key. Do you have that card? And she looked through her binder.
She's coming through now.
Key's too young, but she has a Trapper Keeper with all.
You got it.
I don't have the Select. I just have the Choice Privileges. I think the Select is the black one. I have the orange one. No annual fee. Let me research and get back to you. I don't put any spend on this card, but if you're not loving Choice for so many different reasons, they have NCAA packages. They have all sorts of really cool experiences that you can use your Choice points for.
What did you use it for, my love? You mentioned the NBA. Tell them what you do, because people may not know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So last season specifically, I'll have to double check the website right now, but last season you were able to purchase, I think it was like 50 or 60,000 Choice points. And you could purchase 2 tickets to an NCAA football game, basketball game. I think there were some hockey games. They were giving out gift cards. They were giving out hotel stay, all for that amount of points, or maybe it was higher. I don't remember, but it was something reasonable that, you could easily do, especially if you have Wells Fargo, other things that transfer 2 to 1 over to Choice. So don't hate on Choice. I'm also getting some echo. If someone's watching the live, can we mute it?
Not me. Oh, it sounds better now.
Okay, cool.
I'm just gonna blame Chad.
Does anyone else have the Choice card or use the Choice program?
The Choice program is A-OK. I love it. They have a stable of cards, and Choice gets a bad rap domestically for things like Clarion and Comfort Inn and things of that nature. But if you've ever stayed at Cambria, well, the first Cambria I stayed at was, I believe it was in East Orange. I was working at a hospital out in Hackensack. Mountainside, Hackensack, Mountainside. I don't know. It was in New Jersey. Cambria hotels are nice. And then in addition to all of that, just like Keith said, you can use them for other things. I actually used a bunch of my Chase points to buy Apple gift cards that I then used as Christmas gifts. So it was, and that was even before I was in the credit card game. So I'm a big believer in the Choice program, because they also have other things like not Comfort Inn. Is it Suburban Lodge? Or I want to say Suburban Lodge might be a part of them. Like a lot of the, hey, I don't care where I stay, let me just find something off the highway. So Choice can actually be really, really useful. And John is in the chat saying Cambrias are awesome. Stayed at one in Cleveland, have another Cambria stay coming up in Rapid City, South Dakota. So you can really use them well, and especially if you're an international traveler, a lot of the brands that really kind of don't get a lot of love in the States have really nice properties abroad.
That's cool.
And even if, yeah, big time. I know most people probably don't have a passport. I think that's still a very high number of Americans don't have a passport. So even in the U.S., there's something called blue-green vacation rentals. You can get 3-4 bedroom suites. I don't even know what you want to call that. That's a whole house for some people. So that's another great way of using your choice points as well. But yeah, Cambria is also lit. I won't even lie.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
Does Choice have a transfer partner?
Oh, yes, they do. Let me get you the full list. What a good question.
No, I don't need to. I mean, like, is it like American Express, Chase?
Wells is one in Citibank, right?
I
know
I'm in my
Citibank is.
spreadsheet. Okay, so choice partner, you can transfer from American Express, Citi Thank You Points, Capital One, Wells Fargo, or if you just have the choice cards, which are also
Okay, so that's good though. That's a good mix of cards.
American Express. Okay, 3 or 4 bedroom house. Yeah, I like that.
We're gonna
Yeah,
go hang with Rod.
yeah.
Winter break.
Blue
I
green
wanna-
vacation rentals.
I want to welcome Shambe Haile Selassie.
Haile Selassie.
Haile Selassie.
Let me
Shambe,
see
how are you?
Shambe in a
Welcome.
while.
Shout out Chambe.
Welcome. I appreciate that.
Hello. I love seeing all these new names. This is great. I
This is
feel
what
like
I'm saying. Brother Rod in the house. All right.
Rod bringing that heat, baby. Rod bringing them people over here.
I love this. Look at this. All right.
He getting all the love.
I still, yeah. Well,
Right.
look at that smile. Look at that smile. The community is
Kiki
strong.
Bayless.
Absolutely. Yo, the Scooter is a little late, but yo, it's all good, Scooter. Thank you for being here. Nell is part of the Bills Mafia. That's what. Oh, and that
Oh,
was his
no.
grandpa.
Hey, Bills
That's
Mafia
fire.
crashing tables. You don't need a voice for crashing tables.
Ow, that hurt. Credit, chill, and food says Bank of America is the McDonald's of banks. They're everywhere.
Oh, I love that name.
Yo, but look, Chad, everybody's saying you're, and again, Chad, I apologize that you got muted somehow. And of course,
Yeah, I
Xavier
don't
saying
know
I'm
what
going to get
happened.
him fired. Rain, is this my girl, Rain?
Yeah,
There you
that's her.
go, Rain. How you doing, Mama? And actually,
She
my
stay-
sister
she
yesterday
stay
spelled
flirting.
her name right. So shout out to Rain. Rain is just amazing. Chad, you did good, my brother. You did good because she's an amazing woman. God bless you, Rain. Good to see you, Ma. David William, they heard that on Long Island. I'm sure they did. Thanks for being here, David. Credit, chill, and food. Charles Schwab is the bank. Where is the brick and mortar? I know.
Westgate, Ohio.
Really?
I've been to one. It's right
Yeah.
around the corner from the U.S. Bank.
Really?
I seen one in Illinois too.
Yeah.
Yo, that's fire. I'm glad you guys are telling me. Your favorite couple, how you doing? We met them yesterday. Thanks for being back here.
Yo, the
Yo, Rod, you're
alliance is
bringing
in
in
here
people,
heavy.
Rod.
Yeah,
Robbie.
man. I don't know why my comments
And
showed
my
up like
people.
4 times. It's
Yeah, it's
driving
been
me
doing
nuts.
Hey,
Sid
Rod, those
LaTour?
my people too now.
Sid LaTour? Anybody
Shout
know?
out to Sid.
Sid, welcome, Sid.
Sid.
Now I guess you know Sid.
No, I don't know Sid, but Sid made an interesting comment that I wanted to touch on a little
Go
bit.
ahead, puppy. Knock it out.
You
See
got
if
the
you
floor.
can find it, Joe. See if you could find Sid's second comment.
All right, let me find it. Well, Matt and I, oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I know I'm behind. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you for the super chat. I don't want to
Hey, you
omit
better
that.
read
Thank
that
you.
comment, Joe. You better read that comment.
I'm trying, but there's like a button.
better
You just
get
got
the
in, Rod.
line.
Rod, you just got in, Rod. Rod is coming in throwing heat, and he just got in. All right, my fingers hurt
Oh,
from
yeah, but
throwing,
look,
Rod,
look,
for 2
look,
hours.
look at the heat I brought. I brought 400 degrees.
All right, see, I'm getting there, Rod. I'm
Look
getting
at
there.
Look at that, Joe. 15 comments. Same
Okay.
comment. 15 times.
I'm trying. Okay, here's Sid. I got you. All right, I'm new to this credit card game, and I learned from all y'all. Need more people like y'all to change the stigma of credit cards in the Black community. Hit that, guys. Go ahead, talk. Preach.
Yeah, so that's important. I remember I like a month or so ago, I did a video about the credit card disparity. You know, Chad, he did a response to it on YouTube.
Excellent video.
And I think it's so important, especially in our community, because you know, around YouTube, if you don't pay attention, you'll see a lot of videos related to like CPNs and scamming, and that starts to become the main thing when it comes to credit cards. And I'm sure before people really started checking out our channels, that's what they assumed. I know I got it over at my channel. People who are not familiar, they'll come by and they'll think that's what you want. They don't realize you have people on this panel, everyone on this panel, who does things the legit way when it comes to these credit cards and getting rewards. I remember I was doing a live, and it was about what, maybe a couple of weeks ago, and it was a guy, he was on there, and he was basically, you know, insinuating that credit cards aren't for us. And I'm like, we're definitely included when it comes to these credit cards, and there are for us. And that's why panels like this is so important, so people can know, like, hey, you know, you could get the most out of these credit cards as well. You know, you could get the rewards and things like that. You could do it the legit way. That's why I salute all of you who are on here, because it's important. It's not a lot of us on YouTube, but the more we continue to push out this content, hopefully people will see it and understand, like, hey, it's another side to this. You know, it's not all about scamming and things like that. It's a whole nother side to this. So it's important. This live right now is important, as well as the videos by all of you content creators. I respect every single one of you because of what you bring in and what you're putting out here. Your knowledge is just as valuable and then as important as everybody else. And it's important for people who look like us to see that. You know, you never know what it's going to do for people.
Let me tell you, Nell, you said it beautifully, eloquently. This is way overdue. We've had these conversations behind the scenes, a lot of us here, and we need more of it. I'm going to be 100 with you. A lot of my students that are of color never got any of this info in New York. And they now follow a lot of the people that they see I follow and ask because they can relate. You know, a lot of times we were told, no, you can't have that seat. You can't have this. You can't have that. But we can. And you guys are proof of it that we can, you know, but to hear it. And this is what I love about this particular group. All ages are represented, all demographics, all parts of the country. There's no way someone cannot relate because there's someone here that is representative of that. And I'm really grateful to be a part of this. I really am. And I thank you guys for that, because we need more of this. And on many topics of not just, let's say, credit cards, but on getting that first loan, on applying for a student loan, on getting that first car loan, on getting an authorized user card when you're a kid, whatever, you know, being in debt. And here's the sad part, Nell, and you know this better than anybody else on this panel. Those videos get crap for views because they're not the popular sexy view. They're not the sexy topic, right?
Correct.
You put something on FICO, you put something on debt. I busted my butt on one on debt, and I was honest and said how much debt I was in. And it was crickets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't the shiny platinum card. It wasn't the gold card. It wasn't me sleeping in a room above the water in the Maldives. It wasn't any of that. But the reality is that's a lot of fantasy for a lot of people. The other stuff is the reality for most of the people that we're trying to reach.
Correct.
But it's just not sexy enough to get the views, right?
Correct.
Absolutely.
So that's why everybody that's listening now, and I'm going to stop preaching, do me a favor. Make sure you hit everybody's channel that's here and learn from each and everybody that's here and share it. Don't just keep it to yourself. Hit the share button, because that makes a huge impact. How do you think all these other channels get so big? Is because they share. The young ones share. The young ones send this stuff out. You know, let's do that, guys. Let's do it here, because we can make moves, we can make noise, and we could be heard and help. I think that this is what it's all about. So I thank you guys for that. Anybody have a comment?
I do. I see a comment in here from Sid Latour saying, went from using debit cards every day to using cards and earning points. 40 years old and got my first credit card this year. So thank you all. I'm still late to the game. And just like somebody said, Stephen Shelton said, you are not late to the game, because I can tell you right now, I have been on just the most amazing life-changing trips with my wife just by being responsible with money. And I got my first real big boy, I got my first annual fee credit card at 40. And then I went with the it was the Delta Platinum Sky Miles, and my next card was the Amex Platinum. Like, I did it all out of order. So your path is your path to walk. And with the things being considered, the esteemed company that I am in, there is no reason in 2024 anyone should be uninformed. You know, you got people like Nell who will tell you how to build your credit from the foundation, build it up, which moves to make. He actually keeps you abreast of the information coming out that could be detrimental to you, how to move with it. You can check his channel, and he wrote a real life book that people can read that's on Amazon. You got Rod, who has 73 channels, including investing, the points blank experience. He got the alliance in here so heavy, you know, Meet and I. You're like, come on now. You got Key, who has so many credit cards, they ran out of credit card numbers for her. So like now they literally giving her little pieces of paper with IOU with the little Visa drawn in the corner. That's how many credit cards she got. You got Sledge, who literally, I can't get to Navy Federal. This man knows more about credit unions than I think I have ever heard of in my entire life. Period. You got Joe, lean, mean. Look, man, Joe has more titanium in his body than the Apple Card has.
No facts. That's no facts.
Joe meets with power brokers, power players, CEO. Was it the CEO of United you met at the Founders Card?
Yeah.
Like, use our experience. Use it. We have it. Some of us went a lot faster than others. You know what I mean? Some of us went slower, but you know, to glom off of what Key was saying, our habits and the things that we've learned and the things that we are willing to share. I come from an immigrant family. I am first generation American. My mother came from Jamaica. My father picked cotton. I am one generation removed from picking cotton. That's just to give you an idea of what it is that you're dealing with and how many different walks of life that are on this camera. So my father knew, I'm gonna work construction, I'm gonna build hotels, and I'm gonna put all my money in the bank. My mother knew the same thing. That's it. Boo. Give me my Amex points, give me my Robin Hood, give me my Chase, give me everything. I want it all, because you got to learn that the best money to spend is other people's money. Try not to pay the convenience fee and reap all the benefits. But let me get off my soapbox.
That was a beautiful soapbox, puppy.
I get in there though.
Right. Who's next? Who's next?
Can I jump
Sledge,
in?
go ahead, Sledge.
Hey, look. I think we left some people out, man. Look, we talking about the people on the screen, man. We got Topic from the Major Change Group. We got JP Buffett.
Absolutely.
We got 50 Club Credit. We got Lonnie. Call me Lonnie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't stop right here with the people on screen, because you're gonna see a mix and match combination of people. You know what I mean? You might not always see Chad. You might not always see Phil. You might always see Neil, Rod, or Key. But we gonna keep this thing going. Like, it's just too big. I mean, I won't say, you know, I kind of put it together, but there's no leaders in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no leaders in here. We all leaders. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all leaders, and we gonna take this thing to a level people ain't never seen before from the people that look like us. You know what I mean? So I don't even got nothing else to say, man. I'm gonna move this on to somebody else.
Rod?
Hey, I have to go back and jump on Chad. I don't have 73 channels. I have 4 channels, but and then piggybacking what Sledge said, you know, it's good, and movement happens in numbers, and it doesn't have to just be 6 people. It could be 9 people. It could be 12. It could be 24. And I am grateful, thankful, blessed to be part of this community. This is the first time and I apologize. I had an interview earlier, but first time I had a chance to work with Neil, listen to Neil, and I'll be subscribing to him. But it's good to see like-minded people with a common cause that want to see people come up and grow. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Nell?
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's the same for me. Like I said, I want to see everyone on here have success, including those who's not, Tasha, Lonnie, Calvin. He already Calvin is killing it out here. But seriously, like when I made that disparity video, I meant that because, as I stated, the content is just as good as everywhere else. So hopefully the supporters start coming in, because that's important, the support. And I've had multiple conversations with YouTube about this, but they're gonna keep saying, hey, they're gonna push out the videos to people who they believe will watch your content. So therefore it's on the viewers to actually support, to like, to comment, to share the channels and let people know, because education is important. You can learn something from every single person that's on here, something different, so that's why I watch them. So I'm able to learn something different. I don't know everything. I definitely don't know everything about credit cards or credit scores. So I'm on a Key channel, or I'm on Chad's channel, or Sledge or Joe. And whenever I get time, I go to different channels to learn, because that's important. So you all do not feel like you have to just stay with one channel and only support one channel. Support everyone, because it's important. Even if you're just going to share the video or hit the like button, this is very important, because that algorithm, it goes on that. And that's big for smaller channels. And if you want to support and spread the knowledge and spread the information, that's a great way of doing it, especially as a viewer.
I appreciate that, Nell. Thank you. And you're 100% right. I mean, I think where we really as a community need to step up our game is just taking that 2 seconds to hit the like and subscribe and share, because that's what's going to get us noticed. It gets pushed out that way. If not, if we keep it to ourselves and we don't do it, or we just get lazy, guess what? We're not helping anybody. We're not helping each other. And that's, to me, a loss. So, Key, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that diversity is key to a lot of things, and I know we're just talking about credit cards and that type of stuff tonight and credit scores, but even for me, like, I like hearing about different people's experiences. I like hearing about different people's upbringing, all of that, and I think that's important, right? We all definitely come from minority backgrounds, but we're all different, genders, orientations. We live in different locations, and I think that's important to know, and important to follow different people as well. Keep those different perspectives coming, and just stay open-minded to hearing about different things, and use the comments too. Don't just watch these videos. Let's talk about it.
Absolutely.
100. And I appreciate that. I look at Gunna's comment here, which is why I got involved and got into this space. In the Latino community he grew up in, including family, credit cards were not in our lives growing up. It's a subject that many still do not fully understand. And that was the reality for me. When a year and a half ago, when I went on YouTube, nobody there really looked like me or my age or my background, And I thought of my students right away. And I said, you know what? Let's give it a shot. And I'm so grateful for that day that I literally turned that TV on and watched what I watched, because it made a huge impact. And looking now at all these wonderful comments, I mean, you have Shambe here. I think you guys took credit card game to the next level, giving us all this great knowledge that we didn't know, especially minority communities and immigrants like me. Thank you. Like it's just beautiful to see and to read. Look at this. Jonathan Martinez. Hello, Sledge, and your luminary guests of the credit card community. Learned so much from all of you. Grateful for your informative videos on how to benefit and leverage my credit and points. Gracias. This is, like you have people look at, and now you have people asking for working on 4 intro bonuses at the same time. It was 5, but just finished the Wells Fargo Signify. I didn't know what
That's
any
big
of this
time.
was a
Wow.
year ago. You know what I'm saying? So this is fire. Like we're actually getting people to get into conversations about things like this, and we all have our different take. That's the thing. Chad has his perspectives. Chad just throws it out there, good, bad, or indifferent. You don't like it, tough. Key throws in her smile, throws in what she's done, and walks the walk. Sledge is as brutal as they come. He does it sometimes just to piss people off. I love it. Then I have my little angel Nell over here who just he keeps us all in line. And then you drop the information to people that may not want to hear it, but they need to hear it, and that's why they keep coming back. And that's why you blew past 10,000 viewers and are where you are right now because of that. And then you have old school Rod like myself that have been doing this forever, but now Rod, you're pushed and thrust forward into not just your generation, but look at the younger generations watching and following. So to me, having that impact across generations is huge, and that's what we need to do to continue this going. Anybody else have anything they want to say?
Well, one thing I'll say, a lot of times people, and I just said it in the interview when I was being interviewed, and a lot of people say, I wish I could travel. I wish I could get a good credit score. I wish I could get this credit card. I wish I could do what Rod's doing. You can. I mean, you have 6 people on the screen right now, 6 different perspectives that will help you get there. You may not start out like Chad's Money Minutes or Key or Sledge or Nell or Joe. But you have to start out where you are and then work your way up and say, hey, man, I remember Sledge said this. I remember Chad said, I remember the Key said this. Now I'm there. I'm in that position, baby. I could do what they're doing. So can't needs to be removed from the vocabulary. And when you wake up every morning, go look in the mirror and say, I can. I may not be able to do it today. I may not be able to do it tomorrow, but I can, and it's coming. It's coming.
No, thank you, Rod. We appreciate it. This is what I also love about these, that we go from credit to real life to everything in between without even batting an eyelash. Who was it that brought up Chad? My titanium. So the platinum, that is my body. Literally, I am from the shoulder down to my ankle. I'm titanium. I kid you not. Like the song. So
He's a credit card Darth Vader. Is more machine than man.
I am. I'm like I'm like the $6 million man. For those of you old enough to remember, but because I'm Puerto Rican, it's more like 2.5 million, not 6. But it is what it is. We have QC man here. Hopefully, he's not as bad as being portrayed now. What's one tip on life to get ahead? You think your other panelists? What do you think? One tip to get on in life.
I got one.
What?
And this is something my kung fu teacher told me. If you think you can, you're right. And if you think you can not, you're also right. Now do with that what you need to do with it.
True. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. More wisdom, guys. And look, JP, Dr. Buffett, my first ever super chat. How cool is that, guys? We got JP's first ever super chat. But I just wanted to say, having diversity is why I constantly choose the people that I have in my stock images and thumbnails. Amen to that, JP. Thank you. Xavier saluting us as well. We're trying to make our lives better. The content and positivity is invaluable. Thank you all. Yo, my hairs are standing up. I'm not even lying, guys. This is just amazing. Front and behind the video, this is the top 1% for the credit card game right here. Get protected. That just made my freaking day. That is awesome. Look at that smile. Look at Key's smile says it all. Thank you, Key. Your smile speaks for all of us, Key. Thank you. Get protected. Thank you. Phil Mo popping in late to show some love.
Big Phil.
Shout out to Phil, Bill's Mafia.
Phil is just chef's kiss, as they say. I love Phil. Phil's wife was wonderful, Enola. That was one of the reasons why. Rod, you got to go next year to PR. Nell, you got to go next year because we met the most awesome people anywhere. People drove 7 hours to see Caesar. I swear to God, with the family in the car, they drove.
Nice.
You know, you have people flying in from all over. Brady and Alexander, 2 brothers came out, young guns, 24 and 21 years old. That were high globalists.
That's big baller. That's big baller.
Next level. Phil, thank you for the super chat, puppy. I appreciate that. You know, so CJ got 3 subs working on Amex Green. Wow. IHG Business and Amex Blue Business. Now, Amex Blue Business, guys, am I bugging out? When I got the card a year and a half ago, it was like 2,000 or 3,000 to meet to spend. I think it was like 10. Now they like increased their subs so much because they're giving more points, right? Like up to 50,000 points. Am I right?
Sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I had like 15,000 points for like $2,000 or $3,000 worth of spend when I got it.
It's still 15,000 for the most part. They'll move it up to 50 every now and then, but the spend be crazy on it when it's 50.
That's what I thought. Okay, I remember that. Okay. Well, my boy Miguel here says your info take away the fear of credit, and I love it. And that's it. Thank you, Miguel. That's what we're trying to do, to take away the fear, you know. Oh, Platinum Mog says, I have titanium too, rods in both femurs. Yeah, God. Oof, in your neck. I don't even want to. Oh, God, I have it in my shoulder and that hurt. I can't even. God bless you. I hope you're healing. And I'm sure you're in a warm weather climate because the winter blows with it. The pain is good. I'm not going to lie. God has been great to me. I've been good. So thank you for asking. And I hope and I pray that you're well too. I appreciate that. QC Man says, can't agree on Go Bills. Because he's a Jets fan.
Oh, man. Oh, the Jets. That's too bad.
Oh, man, go Chiefs. No, people are throwing up their colors now. I don't know. Xavier again. It's all about you, Mr. 1099. Thank you, Xavier, again. I love you, Xavier. Thank you, Papi. I appreciate that. Get protected. We have receipts. The House of Styles. How are you doing, the House of Styles? Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here, House of Styles.
Hey, House of Styles. Hello.
I'm so, this is so cool to see names like I'm not used to seeing. This is just fire, I got Rodrigo. I need to know why Sledge has the American Airlines executive call. The multipliers don't seem the best for the price. Sledge,
okay.
Talk to him.
It's an easy answer, right? Like the annual fee on that car is $550, right? Of course, that's a tremendous amount for most people. But you think about, if I travel with 3 people for the most part, and I'm paying to get into AA now, which is $79.95. How much am I paying to get to AA executive one time, going and coming? That's almost the annual fee, right? Just one time. So it's definitely worth it for me, but that's always why we say, do the research for yourself. Every card is not worth it for you, but it might be worth it for you. You know what I mean? Like when I travel I fly out of Tampa, there's 2 lounges, the Delta Sky Club and the AA and the AA Admirals Club. So I'm going to one or the other usually when I fly out of there. I already have access to Delta. I didn't have access to the Admirals Club, and that's basically why I got that card.
That makes sense. Sledge, let me ask you this. I know you're the Amex king for real. With the Admirals Club, have you ever considered using the $200 airline fee incidental credit for that, or?
Well, when I had 3 American Express Platinum cards, don't ask me why. That's crazy, right? Okay. I had 3 American Express Platinum cards. I did use one for AA. I used one for AA, one for Delta, because I know I'm gonna fly Delta, and then one for United. And then now I just put everything on United. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it depends on if it's a smart move or not.
Damn. Okay.
You
So
gonna hate the food in there, Slade.
I also got
looking
3 of those things, so I feel that. I feel that.
You have 2 personal and 1 business, Key, or you have 3 personal?
3 business.
Wow.
Certain things.
all right. So you know what? Now that Key mentions that, I'm gonna start with Nell on this one.
Go ahead.
Nell, how much do you spend on annual fees a year?
All right, let me see. 350. I would say at least 2,000 a year.
Okay.
Annual fee. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to Chad.
I was around 1,700. I think I'm around 1,500 now because I downgraded the Surpass to the no annual fee Hilton Honors card. So I'm around 1,500.
But you still have the Aspire, right?
I do.
Okay.
That's with the
Rod?
Aspire included.
Rod, where are you at?
I'm scared to add it up, Joe.
Really?
I'll be honest. I tell people in my live streams, I go over my cards, like what's in my wallet, and I'll tell them the annual fee. I say, if y'all put in the comments what the annual fees are and add it up, I will kick you out of here. I don't want to know. I'm scared.
Right. Sledge?
$3,625.
Okay.
Well,
Key?
that sounds good. I said 3,500 then.
Key?
4,800 as far as I'm aware of. Yeah.
And 1/3 of that is on Amex alone, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even have to do the math on that.
Literally.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
So for me, according to Card Pointers, link in the referral below, I have $2,550. And literally 2 of those are just the Amex Personal and Platinum. That's almost $1,400. So, you know, when people say, do you need a good card? Do you need to pay a lot of money for a good card? My answer is always no, because you don't, right? You said it yourself. You have cards that offer you great perks on the side, like going to games and things like that. I just did that with the Wells Fargo autograph card. There's a Spanish artist named Maluma, who's famous worldwide, who the only way you can get the tickets to go see him at the Palladium was with the Wells Fargo autograph card. They were the exclusive ones to that. So my wife, my brother-in-law, my son are going to go see him in 2 weeks. I was able to get the tickets to them. No annual fee on that autograph card. You know, so you don't necessarily have to break the bank, but we do. And we also do it because, you know, we do this as, you know, as either a side hustle or our main deal or whatever. But Justin Jammer, I want to thank you for the super chat as well. He says he would like to know what kind of studio setup you guys have as far as equipment, maybe a future episode.
That's pretty cool. What do you guys have? Do you guys know, or just are you using a phone? Are you using, you know, what do you think?
I use a phone. I use a Canon M50. I got 2 soft boxes in my daughter's room. This is my makeshift studio here. Oh, see, that's a light there. And that's a light there.
Lights.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just whatever. My studio's anywhere because I will go live with 0 warning.
All right.
That's so for real. I met Chad in person one time, and yeah, we went live, and I didn't know we were going live. So, for real.
Nell?
Yeah, I would have to do mine in a separate episode because I would want to give them the full rundown as far as like the names. But I'm using the ring light. I'm using the Canon camera, Canon R8, and the microphone, like I said, as far as the name, I don't recall off top of the head, but I would have to do a separate video. I know the mic is expensive. I know that. That's one thing I do remember. But as far as like the full number to the mic, I would have to tell them in another video.
That's so cool. But I'm glad that they even think about asking us that. Rod?
Yeah, I'm like Chad. I don't use my phone. I only use my phone if I'm mobile. I use a Canon M50. As far as a mic, I do have a Rode when I do my podcast, but I really just use my MacBook Pro. My lights are 2 LED lights that I don't even have in front of me. They're on the side of me. They're not even in front of me. And they're like 200 individual bulbs. But I have another studio that's almost complete that I'm going to be switching to, and not be in this situation, not in this environment. But that's about it, man.
That's fire. Sledge, I know you've changed your game from the first videos I saw of you to now. Sledge is always upgrading. Sledge, I love the setup, kid.
So much stuff that I can't even really. For these lives, I just use my laptop. I got a Samsung Galaxy Book 360 Pro. Because I'm a Samsung guy. My microphone is a little newer joint. Like I ain't upgrade like Chad with the Rode and all that. Chad and Rod with the Rode. I don't know all that. But I think I paid like $99 for these joints. I wasn't paying the $49. I was not paying the $4.99 for the two Rode joints. Me and Chad have the same lights. The lights that he pulled in, I ain't gonna pull them in because we got the same one.
That's cool.
My son bought me this Yeti Nano mic, so I got that right there.
That's what I have, the Yeti Nano. Yeah.
You got a Yeti Nano? Yeah, my son bought me that for my birthday 1 year because he knew I was getting this YouTube thing going. But for the most part, like when I'm not doing lives, I use it. I use my phone. I use my Galaxy S24 Ultra. Whenever you see me do a pre-recorded video, that's that's what I'm using. But I have 3 phones. I have 3 cell phones. That's what my record.
That's cool.
That's pretty much it. I think.
I like that. Look at Keys flexing.
You got 3 phones. Did anyone just hear that, or am I just?
No, that's a flexing in and of itself.
Hey,
I don't know if I could do this, but I'm gonna see if I could flip the camera around. But this is, so I'm in the basement, as I tell everybody, the bunker. But that's my mic, my MacBook, my Dell screen, my Sony camera that one of my former students got me, my light box. I have LED lights here. I have a lot of other equipment on the side. I have all the iPads upstairs. But I used to just record from the laptop. But now I bought this Emit camera that I hook up to the Dell, and it comes in 4K. And now that they're switching, for those of you that use StreamYard, they're increasing the price. But now they're going to also stream in 1080p instead of 720. So this camera goes to 4K. So, I mean, I've spent about $4,000 to $5,000 on equipment so far in the last 6 months. It's expensive. People don't think it's expensive, but just even if you use a laptop, that's $1,500.
Yeah,
So,
Definitely.
so we have here. Well, first, Sean Bay says everybody pray Louisiana and the storm's heading that way. We did earlier. Thank God we did a Rod, you weren't here, but we did a moment of silence early for 9/11, and then we also for one of our subscribers that came on that's in Louisiana. But we're praying that everything's okay with you guys there. Key has enough cards for spades or bid whiz.
You definitely want me on your team for spades, but I don't know what bid whiz is for real.
Jonathan says, by the way, Miss Kiki, your review on the Wyndham Business Earner Card and how you applied for it was awesome. Now I want to get it. Gracias. Look at that. I love that. The Platinum God has been good to me, although it hurts. Thankful to walk. 3 years in a wheelchair. Doc says I might never walk again. Wow. I'll be praying for continued healing, man. You'll be bouncing out of that. You'll see. Don't lose any faith. JP Buffett at the House of Styles. Nope, you can't upgrade. I forgot what the rule was, but it's a federal thing. John R. I need to drop off, everyone. Early morning personal trainer. John is on his beast mode. God bless you, John. Thank you, puppy. I appreciate you. I really, really, really appreciate you. JP Buffett, something like the Credit Card Accountability Act or something like that. All right. Chad, does she charge you to rent to use her room?
My daughter's a hustler too.
Yo,
so,
I can
yeah,
see that. I can see.
I'm surprised she doesn't, but she let me rock. She let me rock.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, people are still working on like your annual fees, guys. That's beast. There was somebody, guys. Remember we were on a different live. Didn't somebody say, was it Leo Prieto that said he had $6,500 in annual fees? One of the guys, and that's always around. That's insane. I can't see that.
Okay.
You know.
Something
But
to
do you
say
guys
about
want to
that.
bring up anything, guys? You have anything you want to say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
ain't really finished, man, but I got something to say about that though, right? Look, I honestly believe that most people who have high annual fee credit cards,
Poppy,
those
you're coming in and out
can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
now.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I honestly believe that most people who have high annual credit cards, those cards are not low fee, especially for the. You know what? If you look at your interviews like YouTubers, these people make a substantial amount of money, right? But the actual YouTubers themselves, who are using the same cards, they're not in the same tax bracket as those. I'm gonna keep this. If you have to look at every single credit on your credit card in order to justify it, that card probably is not for you. You know what I mean? Like it's probably
Facts.
not for you. If you have to look at, man, I didn't get $10 back last month, bro. That card, you should never have applied for that card. And if you did, you should have got rid of it after the first year after you got the sign up bonus and everything else was done. But to keep a card where you have to keep up with credits every month, and if you miss out on $10, you can't justify it. That card's not for you, bro, or sis, or whoever it is. What do y'all think about that?
That's true. I definitely agree with that one as far as that is concerned. I always tell people, like, make sure you get credit cards that fit you. You know, that I think that's the most important thing to me. People their eyes get big when it comes to certain credit cards, especially if they hear everybody talking about it, like, oh, the Amex Platinum. There's some people that want to go after the Amex Platinum and they don't travel. And, of course, this is all subjective and everyone has their own opinion. But I look at these credit cards, you want to get the most out of them. So you want to make sure that you're going to pick a card that you get the most out of, whether it's annual fee or no annual fee.
For sure.
I agree, Dale. I agree. And one thing I would say is when you get ready to apply for a credit card, watch the different content creators. You have 6 on this panel, you have other people out there, and get different perspectives, but get a card that works for you. Don't get a card just because Rod got it, or Chad got it, or Neil got it, or Key got it, or Joe, or Sledge. Get a card that works for you. If you don't travel, you probably want to get a cash back card, and take advantage of that. Don't go get a platinum just tell me I'm flexing at the restaurant, but I mean, what are you going to do with the points? So I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, that's real talk. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it took writing out my bucket list and just truly understanding like what I was going for. I'm going for at least a trip a month minimum. Sometimes it's more than that. But that's what I'm going for. So it is a lot of money, but it definitely is something that I'm definitely going to spend probably way more money than that anyways on some of these trips. So why not subsidize it?
I feel you.
Fair enough.
I would add,
good.
and I've said this before, right? If people treated their real cash like they treat the money extended to them on credit cards, we'd have a lot less credit card users because people have more cash. If you find, right, And this is a great barometer because I mean, I'm gonna just call it as I see. A lot of people are straight up hypocrites. They will get a credit card like the Platinum. They will get a credit card like the Business American Airlines card, the Robinhood Gold card, whatever, and they will count every single coupon value and benefit that they will get, and will get a newspaper and throw out all the coupons to the supermarket for food that they eat every day, and look down on people who pay at the store with coupons. So find out if you a hypocrite or not. Me personally, I don't care. I will snip it, cut it. I will save money to save money. But you have people who treat their credit cards so differently because they're trying to roll in a crew that they might not belong to, when meanwhile, that's just not a part of their life. You see what I'm saying? People will safeguard their points and waste their money every day. People will look at benefits and coupons on the Platinum card that they have to have. And meanwhile, food that they eat that they use to feed their family, they feel ashamed. You know what I'm saying? Using cards at the store, because what if people see? What if people know? You know, I'm not clipping coupons like those crazy people, but come on, man, it's all relative. You get what I'm saying? It is all relative. Nobody's saying that your situation can't change, because I tell you what, I get a new job, that Platinum card is out. I love the Platinum card. I will throw it out in a minute and just go to the green and be happy. It is what it is. You'll just see me in priority pass with them rude people at the club.
That's why. But you know what? That's why somebody like RJ Financial, I respect the hell out of him, because homie tells you straight up, I'm in this room, a 20-minute walk from where everybody was meeting up. This is good enough for me. I have this, and you said it to me, Chad. When you see him, what you see in front is what you get. And it was exactly that. He came in his black shirt, his beautiful watch, and was like, yo, bro, I gotta like take a bus to get back to my room. But I'm good with that. Right? And he keeps true to it. And he does cash back. He says, I don't need the fancy. I don't need this. I don't need that. And to have somebody that says, God bless him, you know, you could tell he knows his stuff. And it's not that he's being cheap. He's just being honest with himself. That a lot of us could learn from that.
For sure.
You know, so I appreciate what you guys are saying, you know, and here you have, I'm going to get to the House of Styles in a second, but just so that you see, Xavier said, Chad's putting out gems. House of Styles asked, on a new Delta Gold card, can you or not upgrade before your 12 months up, right? I don't think you can,
Yeah.
right?
So no, I think I saw someone answer that question. This is not on just the American Express Delta Gold card. This is for any brand new card. Any brand new card. Yep. You gotta have that card for 12 months because of the Card Act, I think is what it's called. There might be some longer name for it. Before you can upgrade it, downgrade it, whatever. And you should even probably not cancel it in that period too if you're not trying to burn any bridges. But that's just my opinion on that part.
They could claw back the points. We've seen people get that, right? So
yeah.
if you earn points or miles, that company could take them right back. So
Exactly.
Well, Gunna has a great statement here. Daughter's quinceañera next year. Approved on 4 products. An Amex loan at 6.99, 60 months for $30K. City Strata Premier, $11K. Robinhood Solid Gold Card, $30K. U.S. Bank Business Triple Cash, 15,000, 15 months at 0% for $10K. And his FICO scores are, you're going to love this now, Experian 841, TransUnion 843, Equifax 850.
Crazy.
Nice.
Wow, that's crazy. That's goals right there. I gotta ask about the Amex loan though. I'd love to talk to you more about that. I got my email in my description. I'd love to talk to you more about that. And perhaps you consider a personal line of credit, unsecured personal line of credit versus the loan, just to save on the interest rate. But let's talk about that separate.
That's fine. And you know what, Gunna, I appreciate you sharing this with all of us. You don't have to, and you did. And we appreciate this because it brings a lot of other things out to the light. So thank you for sharing it with all of us here. I really, really appreciate it.
Joe, I got a question.
Happy birthday to your daughter, too. Happy birthday.
Yep.
My bad. You missed that part.
Oh, yeah.
Chat.
Feliz cumpleaños, right? That's what
Yes,
say, right?
you got it right.
Okay. But I got a question because after the creator meetup in NOLA, one thing I noticed is that, we talk about credit cards and we talk about a lot of things, but and I use Rod as an example here, and I'm sure everybody else has one. And maybe we can go around and we can introduce that. But what is one financial thing that you are into that's not in the credit card space? Because I heard a lot of smart things from a lot of smart people. I had some deep conversations about building generational wealth and also using financial vehicles to get ahead that we've normally been locked out of. And it not even on racial lines, but on monetary lines. You know what I'm saying? When people of a certain power and wealth tends to be incestuous, so they tend to like to keep that concentrated at the top. So working people like us haven't known about these things like index universal life insurance and retail investing, free cash flows, and so on and so forth. So I'll go ahead and start her out. Like me, I talk about credit cards, but one of my passions is investing and fundamental investing, fundamental research in stocks, ETFs, and so on and so forth to leverage, like I said earlier, other people's money. I know Rod has the Investing with Rod channel. He was just she I felt like she was just really about to, go real zen, talking about, let's save on the interest on a personal line of credit as opposed to a loan. That tells me like her confidence had me kind of shook there. Like I kind of want to be in on that conversation. So I mean, I would put it to the panel like, what other financial thing are you passionate about that may or may not that may help others around us?
I very much treat my personal finances like a Fortune 500 business. So what I mean by that is I try to maximize the amount of money I am saving pre-tax on various different avenues, whether that's 401ks, 457s, all that stuff, before it ever hits my checking account. But that's just me personally. I heard you mention IULs. I have whole life policies personally as well. And then I do some non-traditional things with my mortgage. I actually have a first position HELOC as well. So I love personal finance. I love talking about all this stuff. And honestly, it was a foreign language to me. So we should probably have a whole nother conversation about that another time.
I saw your eyes light up.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll go dance. Yeah, points and miles is cool, but investing is my passion. And that's why I created Investing with Rod, my other channel. And I did a video on Points Blank Travel a while back, probably a year or two ago. And I'm getting back to this. I've taken, if y'all have noticed, I haven't been promoting in the video, producing in the videos or anything like that, because I've been studying myself. And I could take a 5% cash back Chase Freedom Flex or a Discover It and take that cash back and invest it in NVIDIA. I'm up in NVIDIA 219% this year. 219%. So while points and miles are cool, I always tell people when I go somewhere, I have to have cash to eat. I mean, I could use my credit card, but I have to pay the bill some type of way. So I'm very big on investing, and I have and it's far too many. I think I've trimmed it down to probably about 60 different stocks and ETFs. I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of that, but physical gold coins. I went into a gold place yesterday and redeemed some, if that's what you want to call it, sold it, redeemed it, whatever. And the way they spit out their cash, and I'm just sitting here looking like, wow. I remember I was just interested in this and I kept buying it. I was just interested in it and I thought it was cool. And man, I really have gold. And I bought it at $1,600 an ounce. And yesterday I'm selling it at $2,500 an ounce. I'm like, well, I think everything need to be cool, So investing with Rod, I just like Chad say, ETFs and stocks. And my mindset is I want to invest in everything that people are using, and not necessarily what Raj uses. Like I hate Chipotle. I hate Chipotle. I hate it. But I have stock in Chipotle because everybody else love it.
CMG, baby.
CMG, baby. I go to Kroger to get my gas, but everybody else go to Exxon. So I got XOM. I got Exxon Mobil stock. You know, it's just small thoughts that you need to have, and that's about my 3 cents.
Cool. So I'll go. I'm big on investing in stock as well. But I'll talk about something else before that. These past 2 years, it was a good time for a high yield savings account. For those of you who not really into stock investing, you could have had a high yield savings account since the interest rates were higher than normal. You could have had a high yield savings account, got you some extra money back from having you short term savings account. So I was big on the high yield savings account recently. And also I'm definitely big on Roth IRA and investing. I'm a big S&P 500 person, so I'm big on that. Vanguard VOO, big on that. As far as stocks, I invest in the Apples and things like that. But one of my sleeper stocks that I've been investing in recently, taking a chance on, is Rivian, the electric vehicle stock. But
yeah, I think my wife has a position in that.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what I'm into. I'm passionate about that as well. So definitely, I think it's good to have that extra side. The credit cards and the personal finance, that's cool, but you also want to make sure that you are able to take advantage of those high yields while the percentages are still high on them. It's much better option, I believe, than a regular savings account. So that may be something that people consider. I'm not a financial advisor, of course, but this is just something that I take part in.
So Neil, I have a question. Like you say, like when the stock market was down the last couple of years, like I'm a firm believer in I buy low and sell high. And
not the stock market, the interest rates.
Oh, interest rate, yeah, like 5%. Like when they say high yield, and I have high yield accounts. I have a couple of them. I have American Express, something else, Marcus, but I was like, man, 5%, that's not high yield to me. High yield is if I'm getting 30%. I mean, that's me though.
Yeah, it's all how you look at it.
Yeah, because everybody got their own way of doing it.
Yeah. Let's say you got your emergency fund. Your emergency fund is more than likely sitting around. So if you put that into a high yield, it's going to be picking up that interest quick, especially these past couple of years because of that. So it would have been a good place to park that money temporarily. It's not a long-term option, of course, like the stock market, but as far as short-term, it did me some good, so.
Okay, I got you. And
I gotta agree with Nell on this one though, because the reason I say that is because if you look historically on angel investors, venture capitalists, they don't beat the stock market, and that's 100% the truth. Like they don't beat the stock market. So being able to get 5-6% on your investment is actually good for the majority of people. Getting 30%, that's like over phenomenal. That's like super phenomenal. But
that's
most
Peter Lynch territory.
That don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about, I used to try to day trade. It's hard, man. Like it's not very simple. And when I found out that most people don't beat the stock market, the S&P 500 is where most people make their money. Even the rich people that invest, my money got to go there too. You know what I'm saying? And I got to get, and I do. You know what I'm saying? If I see a high APR CD and it's a low month, maybe 7 months, I throw some money in there. I go with the HSA. I throw some money in there if it's high enough. Because the truth is, it's hard to make those money. And shout out to you, Rod, for making it, for being able to do it. But the reality is, most people just don't make that kind of money on it. Especially not a 30% return. That's a lot of money, man.
Man, I do a lot of studying those sleds. Like my Exxon
Man, I
Mobil
did
is
too.
my
You know,
Exxon Mobil is up 65% in the last year. But I mean, do I have some losers? Yeah. But I don't sell them. I buy and hold.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna buy a company
sure.
now. If like Nike, I had to get rid of it. But yeah, man, they asked. I went to the bank yesterday and they say, "Would you like to put your money in a CD?" And I just smiled at them. I'm like, "Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. I flip money like pancake sleds." I'm just letting you know why.
Yeah.
And I agree.
I got you.
I agree
So,
with-
no, I'm with Rod. I'm up 26% this year.
See,
Year to
Man,
date. I'm up 26%. I mean, it is possible. There are ways to hedge. Somebody actually put in the chat, Get Protected said, is it 5% before or after taxes? And what we're talking about when you go to the investment side, understand that unrealized gains are not taxed. It's only after you realize them. And once you realize said gains, you are beholden to short-term gains tax with a year and below, and long-term, which is a year and 1 day and beyond. And the short, I believe the long-term is capped at 15%, whereas short-term can be as much as your regular income tax, or it's at 19%. I don't remember, but that's just something to remember.
it's 19%.
It's 19. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. So I did like Key said she does when she put her money. So I'm retired, right? I think I'm the only one retired here. And New York City would allow you to put your money in in an account and pre-taxed, and you earn 7%. You could put in as much from 1% of your salary or whatever up to 25%, I believe it was. I think when I finished work 3 years ago, I was at about 400,000. I probably did the dumbest move ever. I don't lie to you guys, I keep it real. I knew I could not retire and have a mortgage of still over $200,000 and the taxes that I have here. I took my money out. I paid off my house. I got slammed on the 20% up front, and then I got slammed on the other end because New Jersey taxes your pension because I was taking out of that. The following year, it looked like I made $350,000, and it was because I took $200,000 out to pay my house. But I'm going to be honest with you. I am now not paying $3,500 a month in a mortgage. I would have never been able to do that. Because
How many years did you have left on that mortgage?
11
years. So at 12, 11, 1, 1, 121, 2, 2, you might have actually came out okay on that.
So the thing is, depending, like my accountant wasn't happy with me, but I said, look, you're not me. I got to sleep at night. I got to be able to pay my bills. I got to be able to know that I can retire at 54 and a half and not have to deal with going to New York City every day and taking a beating on my body physically. So I had to make a choice. And at that choice, maybe it wasn't the smartest investment. I wasn't investing in money. I was investing in my health. And that's how I took it, So I don't do, when I was younger with my dad, I used to buy the stocks. And I remember the best stock we ever bought was called iOmega. They were the first to do storage.
iOmega had high capacity disk drives and tape drives.
Yes.
See, yo, I'm with you, baby.
So I bought that at $15. It split at 50, and then we sold. And then I had someone that said, look, I think they're going to have a problem. There's other companies that are coming out, and then we sold. So we did well, right? But I've never been into that. So I still have what I have left in my TDA, the tax deferred annuity, earning 7.5%. And I just leave it there. You can't add to it once you pull it out, but it's still, the rest is still there. where I live is expensive. I'm not gonna lie. Everything here is just, taxes are $10,000 for a 1,300 square foot house. So, and when you factor in everything in, it's a lot of money where I live. Plus, I carry another house in Florida, so I pay for two houses at one shot. So, you know, I think I need people to understand that, even at certain points in your life where you thought you'd be, clear out of a lot of stuff, you still get hit with a lot of stuff.
That's
And
true.
you got to keep it real and be able to function day to day. So I would love to do all the investments. I would love to do all that stuff, but I can't. So,
Joe, you brought up a good point because really, and I talk about on investing with Rod, as long as you're investing in something, just invest in something. You
so
don't
I
have to
have,
worry-
I have, different accounts still open where I get 5, 6, 7%. But right now, and at this point in my life, the issue I have is putting something into risk when I don't know physically how that's going to go for me. I just don't know. So that's why I'm hesitant. I'm just keeping it real. I'm hesitant because I've been on the other side where I didn't expect to get hurt and I had to refinance my house 3 times.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it real 100. I
Yeah.
added 15 years to my mortgage because if not, I would not have been able to stay in it. So that's the reality. You know what I mean? And that's what I want people to understand, that it's constantly it's never a single target. It's always moving. The target moves, and you got to be able to pivot with it and try to adjust to it every once in a while. But the reality is that I just wanted to keep it real here. I didn't want to make shit up. I just want to be straight up.
Neil, you mentioned VOO, right?
Yeah, that's the that's
I know.
Vanguard's S&P ETF.
Oh, I know what it is. I have several shares.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I picked up on that too.
that's the
I'm
lick.
big on energy, so I like XLE as a exchange traded fund for for energy firms.
Hey,
But
y'all, excuse me 1 second. I have to run to the restroom. Excuse me 1 second.
Hey Joe, I'm gonna have to head out.
Papi, we're gonna go on 3 hours. Papi, I think we're gonna end pretty soon anyway. I think, guys, right?
Okay.
I think some people need dinner.
I'm gonna help the wife put the kids to bed.
Yep. No. So you know what? We could call it. Are you guys okay with calling it?
Yeah, let me say something real quick.
Go ahead,
though.
Papi. Absolutely.
Yeah, so this Sunday, the 15th. Yeah, it is the 15th, Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna be doing a live interview with Cesar Joel. So if you have the opportunity to come by and check it out, make sure you come by, show support to the channel and show support to Cesar. So 7 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, September 15th, 2024.
Nell, could you drop it in the discords as well, if you don't mind?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, because that's gonna be fire. And I love the fact that you're doing this now. Like your lives have been just amazing. And
yeah, I'm gonna get everybody. I'm gonna get Key, Chad. I'm going setting up the dates. I'm going around. So definitely.
no, I appreciate you. I really do. And Nell, thank you for teaching us all the stuff that we really don't necessarily want to hear or admit.
I
So
appreciate it.
I really do. When you tell people how it is, and again, it goes back to views. Yeah, it's not sexy, but it's sexy. Like someone else wrote, yeah, but it's sexy to certain people that know. And you're right, But I want to thank you because you do provide that service to everybody out here. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you all.
Anybody else with the last word so that we could call it? Chad?
Thank you all. Thank you to Sledge. Thank you to you, Joe, Rod, Nell, Key. Thank you so much for allowing me to participate in this community. And as always, I want to give a thank you to the commenters, to the subscribers, to the people I met in New Orleans who don't have channels, who make it possible, like people like Xavier, who make it possible for all of us to do this, who give us the platform to share our information. You guys don't, and a lot of the times us creators, we talk to each other, we interact with each other, but viewers, subscribers, just bless you and thank you. And as Joe would say, thank you for the privilege of your time. And I always say, you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here, and I'm grateful for that.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Key?
Yeah. Very great conversation. I think I'd be doing a disservice if I didn't say I learned something. I hope that everyone watching this either now or later definitely going to need your notebook for this, because so many different topics that we covered, and it's amazing watching everybody talk about different things with such ease and such grace. And I think that just shows that, you know, the level of creativity and the level of intellect that you all have. And I'm so grateful that our paths have crossed. So thank you all, not only just, you five, but also everybody in the comments. Really, genuinely appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Key. Sledge?
And I'm gonna say something that I say every time. I want to thank everybody, whether they was here for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, a half an hour, or the whole time. And I want to thank everybody on this panel. But you know what? I want to say that, sometimes I might sound like I'm getting a little loud and a little combative about this thing, but you know what? You know why it is? Because I'm passionate about it. And I'm passionate about the information. I'm passionate about learning different things from different people, and everybody having their own separate opinion and perspective on things. There's never any. There's never any. You guys will see us on here looking like we almost in the argument, but there's never any bad blood behind it. like never. We always joke about it when these cameras go off. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody that came out, and I hope everybody learned something, because I did tonight. And every time I get with these guys, every time I read through these comments, I learn something. So it's not just us on the screen. We also learn from you guys, and we, believe it or not, when you look at some of our videos and you be like, man, that looked like something I said. We might have incorporated from some of the things that we saw inside of the chat. So
100.
yeah, you guys are a part of this too, man. And salute to y'all.
No, thank you, Sledge. And, I want to thank Xavier again, Mr. 1099. That's his name now, for another super chat. Thank you so much. Like he said, this is real life, no front, all facts. Thank you. And Xavier, as Chad has said, and everybody here said, and when you meet him, Nell and Rod, Xavier's going to be your fave, because that man is just, there's no BS. What you see is what you get. And he is just fire. So, Xavier, thank you, puppy, so much. I appreciate it. Rod, we're saying our goodbyes. Rod, do you have anything you want to say, puppy?
Hey, man, it's just an honor to be on a panel with such knowledgeable people, first and foremost. And I was changing my battery, and I heard what Sledge was saying. There's never been a live stream that I've been on or done where I didn't learn something. I always learn something. And I believe the day I stop learning is the day I probably need to go away. So you guys are awesome. And when I say you, well, let me rephrase it. You lady and guys are awesome. y'all, I mean, I enjoy watching everybody's content, and then to be able to be a part of the community. It like I canceled everything today. Everything. I mean, I had an interview, but then I canceled everything else. So somebody was like, "Hey, something happened to Frankie Beverly. He passed away. You need to do a live." I said, "Nope. I got a live stream with the community tonight. I don't have time to do that." So what y'all bring to the table, man, is unparalleled. And I'm learning from you guys, and I'm going to keep learning from you guys and ladies. And I just want to thank everybody that came out tonight and supported us. And y'all are the best, man.
Rod, I thank you. And as I'm looking through the comments, this is the first time I've done this where we had so many channels streaming and people are watching us on other people's channels. And that's just straight up fire, because we're all now appearing where we may not appear or haven't yet or whatever. And now the love is just getting seriously like spread around. Look at this. Arno Peters, how are you? Hey guys, love all of you. Like this is just
Arno.
I look at this. guys. Like, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to say this. I want to thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of this community. I'm going to keep it 100. It is an honor for me to be a part, to be in the same conversation, to be at this table. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And everybody out there, this was almost 3 hours deep. And I can't thank everyone enough out here for what you guys do. So my panel, mi gente, everyone out there, like Chad said, you could be anywhere else. You chose to be here. But more than anything else, we all thank you for giving us the privilege of your time. Mi gente, stay safe. People in NOLA, God bless you. Stay safe. We pray the storm passes over you real quick with no damage. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Mi gente, thank you. Thank you for the super chats. We'll see you next week. Take care.